One of the hardest things to figure out, especially for new beginner eBay resellers, is to know exactly what eBay wants from us. So I went over this video series here covering things that we can start doing now in our eBay business to start generating more sales. I cover things like sell-through rates, figuring out the supply and the demand of items, also going more in depth on titles, how eBay wants us to title our items so they can be found in search, and also doing things like daily coupons. If you're not doing a daily coupon, then you are not taking advantage of the tools that eBay is wanting us to use to help engage with the algorithm and also attract more buyers. So let's get right into it. So we're going to jump right into one of those tools, and that is called buyer groups. Buyer groups on eBay allows you to send out bulk coupons to previous buyers. So maybe you've had previous buyers within the last month. You can create a group of the last month's buyers and send them out a 30% off coupon in bulk. You can take all of your buyers from the previous 2 to 4 months and create another group, Group B, and send them a 50% off coupon, and so forth. You are also able to now send out those same bulk coupons to your followers, the followers of your eBay store, and maybe you want to give them a bigger discount because they chose to follow you. They took the time to get to know you as a seller, and now they're following you because they like what you have in your store. So you can see here, I just sent these out a couple days ago, and every 3 to 5 days, you're able to send these out. So you can see the reach here is amazing. You know, you're able to reach 3,358 buyers by sending this one coupon out. I send out a 40% off coupon to previous buyers, and I have a 30% off daily coupon. So it incentivizes them to make a purchase again because they're getting that extra 10% off. Makes your buyers and your subscribers feel a little bit more special because you're giving them a bigger discount. So 3,358. This buyer group got 472 sent out. This buyer group got 793, 1100, 817, 64. So this is gonna vary depending on how many times you're sending your bulk group coupons out. But I highly suggest looking into your bulk group coupons and adding that to your repertoire as a strategy to start getting more sales in Q4, and not just in the coming months, but continue to do it every 3 to 5 days. Make it a habit to send out these bulk coupons because they are going to bring in extra sales. If you look here and look how much we bring in by just doing a coupon strategy. I do a daily coupon, meaning that I do a coupon every morning. Every day at 7 a.m., I have a new coupon come out of 30% off in my store. And this is the coupon that you see on all the tops of your listings, where you're going to see 20% off, 30% off right at the top here. You're going to see that come up every morning. That renews. And I do that for a reason, because I have seen that if you just have a coupon go out day after day and after a week, you notice that you start getting less and less sales in your coupon. That coupon kind of goes stale and is not as active as it once was. So that's why I do it every day. It takes 10 seconds to do that coupon. And you can see every day we bring in $250 in sales. Yesterday, we brought in 112 the day before. 139, 103, 240. On this day, we had a $700 day on October 19th of just coupon sales. So are you applying coupons? I would highly recommend adding that into your strategy to help bring in more sales. So another thing I wanted to touch on was markdown sales and adding in volume, or adding in your markdown sales for older inventory that might be sitting in your warehouse for 3 months, for 6 months. We all have that type of inventory, either bad buys or long tail items. How do we get those items refreshed and moving again? My strategy for that is going to your marketing tab and going to the top right and clicking on create a promotion, and you're going to see here you're going to see sale event plus markdown. And when you click on that, you're able to now do a bulk discount on items that are maybe 500 days, 200 days, 150 days in your store. And you're able to just select them all in one shot and apply a 30% discount, a 50% discount. Just by doing that really helps activate items in your store, and it really helps. It sends the algorithm a signal to, hey, I'm not just letting these items sit in my store and I'm not doing nothing about them. By putting a markdown sale on items that are greater than 100 days to 150 days old is just showing to eBay that, hey, I'm trying to get this item moving and I'm trying to get it sold so I can reinvest those profits back into more items. So you can see, if we're scrolling through my store here, you're going to see things like this item right here, this Columbia sweater. This Columbia sweater women's has a 30% off coupon in addition to a 30% off markdown sale. So you're seeing a 60% off markdown in up to 60% off. That's if they apply the coupon. But that's what I'm talking about, is like items that are getting stale and getting lost on page 10, page 15. Like what buyers do you know go to page 15 looking for a Columbia sweater, right? So we must, as resellers, be doing everything as possible to be able to get those older items, get them pushed up and ranking higher in search so they can be found and purchased. And a lot of that times when they're not selling is just because you're priced too high. So by simply doing the markdown sales and adding bulk coupons to your buyers and doing a daily coupon, all three of those are going to be really working like synergistically with your eBay business. They're all going to work together. And as well, sending out a weekly newsletter to your followers, as is something that I do, just showing them the new items that are being listed in our store. So that's just the thing, is like, we really need to be taking advantage of the tools that eBay offers us. And I'm wondering right now, are you doing a daily coupon? Are you doing markdown sales? Are you staying active and using the tools that eBay gives us, and to take advantage of those? I also offer a 30% off coupon that runs for 2 years. And that's what I have on my store page as Party Time $19.99. And this is just something that goes year round, because sometimes people can feel like they missed the daily coupon. And if they're not following my store, they're going to wonder, when can I get a discount like that again? Well, that's what I send out to my bulk buyers, is that I send them out that Party Time $19.99 coupon where they could use it anytime they wish within the next 2 years, and there's no expiration.
Maybe you have an eBay store right now and you're wondering why you don't have any sales. Or maybe you've been thinking about starting an eBay store and you want to get on the right track. Well, you can check out the link in the description down below where I offer eBay coaching. I work with you 5 hours a week, Monday through Friday, for just $1 a day. I help you put a system and a process in place that helped me reach over $100,000 in sales within just my first year on eBay. You can also see that I include a reseller spreadsheet that can help you track a lot of your expenses that you start to compile along the way, and also an instant store review covering your items that you currently have in your eBay business, that I could start reviewing your titles, your photos, and your pricing so you can hit the ground running. And like I said, you can find that in the link in the description down below, and I'd love to help you.
And let's look at a few brands that I sell personally. We can discover their sell-through rates so we could get an idea on if I should be picking this up or if I should not be picking this up. So it's very important to understand the brands that we are picking up and understand their sell-through rates so we can get an idea on, is this going to sell in the time frame that we're expecting it to sell. But when we're on eBay, we're just going to keep it simple. We're just going to stick to the 90-day sell-through rate. So let's look at some of these brands, whether we should be picking them up or leaving them. So we're going to be looking at Old Navy jeans. Is this something that I want into my store to increase my sell-through rate? Let's take a look. When we type in Old Navy jeans into eBay, we see that there is 97,000 results. When we go all the way down and click sold items, this is going to show what has sold in the last 90 days on eBay. Out of 97,000 items, we see that 10,000 have sold. So that is giving us a less than 10% sell-through rate, or around there. And that is meaning that you have a 10% chance of selling your Old Navy jeans within the next 90 days. And for me, that's just not gonna work because I don't have the space to be holding on to a pair of Old Navy jeans for a year. Learning to improve your sell-through rate can be one of the best things you can do for you and your eBay store. Why? Because by increasing your sell-through rate, you are then able to sell more items quicker. The next one, the beloved Faded Glory. Everyone knows what Faded Glory is, and in the reseller market, we tend to stay away from it unless if it's vintage. Even vintage Faded Glory does sell for a respectable price because it does have a cult-like following. Just for modern day Faded Glory, we're looking at here on eBay, there is 24,000 results when you type in Faded Glory. And when you scroll all the way down and go to sold items, 6,300 have sold in the last 90 days, giving us a sell-through rate of less than 40%. I'm trying to increase my sales and I'm looking for brands that will sell through at a higher rate. Picking up Faded Glory is probably not going to increase your sell-through rate. So we're looking at John Varvatos, specifically men's jeans. Now we're narrowing down our niche and we're looking at what do men's jeans under the brand John Varvatos sell for. A total of 659 total on eBay listings of John Varvatos men's jeans. Let's look at how many sold in the last 90 days. 300 selling in the last 90 days, giving us around a 45 to 50% sell-through rate. So we have a 50% chance of these jeans selling within the next 90 days. I'm okay with 50% and higher. We really need to concentrate on not having an attachment to our items. We're just looking to get things moving, to get items from point A to point B, to collect our profit, and then go take that profit and reinvest it into other items. This is so important on why you need to develop a brand list. How can we sell more items quicker? By looking for items that are more in demand. When there is less supply and more demand for an item, that is going to have a higher increased sell-through rate. And if you want to know a little bit more about developing a brand list and how I developed mine, I'll put a video here in the corner going over how I market my brand list on Facebook to get those brands coming to me. We're gonna look at another pretty popular brand here in the Pacific Northwest. You find it everywhere, and that is the brand Columbia. Columbia pants, to me, are bread and butter. I pick them up all the time. So Columbia, there is 19,000 Columbia pants listed on eBay. Let's take a look at what those are selling for in the last 90 days. So we have about an 8,000 to 9,000 sold. We're looking pretty good on Columbia pants. There is a demand for Columbia pants. We are hitting that 40 to 50% sell-through rate. So within 6 months, these pants have a good chance of selling. And that is important as a reseller, that we pick up brands that have at least a 50% sell-through rate. Everyone's situation is different. Maybe you have a 5,000 square foot warehouse and you can pick up Gap, Faded Glory, Merona. That's fine. But for people that don't have the most space, it is so important to pick up brands that have at least 50% sell-through rate so we can increase our margin. So now we're going to be looking at these two brands that I love and that are a little more rare to find because a lot of resellers know their value in the marketplace. And we're looking at Arc'teryx. Arc'teryx is a high-end hiking apparel, and it goes for really good money, and it is highly sought after. So we're seeing that there are 7,400 Arc'teryx pieces on all of eBay, and let's take a look at this sell-through rate. So we're seeing the sell-through rate is actually 100% plus. We have 7,400 items of Arc'teryx on eBay, and we have 7,500 that have sold in the last 90 days. So that means you have a 100% chance of selling Arc'teryx within the next 90 days, being that you price it according to the market. So Arc'teryx might be a good brand that, hey, if you see it, I would pick it up. Let's look at another favorite brand of mine, CC Filson. They're more of a Western type of brand, and if you do find it, I highly recommend adding this brand to your Rolodex. We see that there is 1,000 CC Filson pieces listed on eBay. Let's take a look at their sell-through rate. We're looking at 1,000 sold in the last 90 days. Another brand that is giving us 100% sell-through rate. So the more that we develop our brand list and get familiar with the brands that we are looking for, we can increase our profits on eBay. How exactly can we write the titles for our listings that eBay suggests us to write? So we're going to jump right into the computer here, and we're going to be going over on how exactly not to write titles and how to write the correct title to start generating more sales for your eBay business. So let's bring in a listing here where I just brought up a few random ones to where I thought that the titles could be reworked to help these people sell their items. So this is just a classic Ralph Lauren button-up shirt. Nothing special here, right? But you're seeing here that the title is a little bit funky, right? So eBay says to write their titles like this when you're listing clothing, shoes, menswear, women's wear, purses, whatever it may be in the clothing category, to start with the brand first, and then to start secondly with the item. Next would be gender, and after that would be size. After those broad terms, you're then able to now narrow it down by applying the correct keyword that describes your item. So when we are looking for buyers to find our items, we want to make sure we start out very broad, and very broad may be boring. It may be boring for some people to write, Abercrombie shirt, men's size large. But by doing this, you're able to really get that broad audience. The majority of people who search for items on eBay are writing Nike shirt, Adidas jacket, Ralph Lauren jeans. So there's nothing really fancy about that, right? But we really want to stick to those basics because we're looking to reach the broad audience. We want to go for the biggest audience possible so we can have our listings found in search. So I picked these listings in particular because I believe there are a few things that they could be doing to help their items get ranked higher in search. So you're seeing they're starting right off the bat with the brand. Ralph Lauren, classic, Oxford, blue, plaid, long sleeve, and you're finding the item is a shirt, but it is not the second keyword like it needs to be. It is 5th, 6th, 7th keyword after classic, Oxford, blue, plaid, long sleeve. So you're looking for the broad audience, right? But you're seeing here that very rarely are people going to type in Ralph Lauren classic Oxford blue plaid long sleeve shirt. They're most likely going to be typing in Ralph Lauren shirt, right? So we're aiming for that for those audience members that are looking for a Ralph Lauren shirt. So just by simply changing it from Ralph Lauren classic Oxford blue plaid long sleeve shirt, you're changing it to Ralph Lauren shirt, and then you're going to go with the gender. It is men's. We're looking for Ralph Lauren shirt, men's size 2XLT. And then you're able to put in the keywords of classic fit, Oxford, this is plaid, long sleeve, button up. Doing it in that order is going to rank your listing higher in search, enabling you to have a better chance to convert that sale. It is very important that we understand the tools and the information and the principles that eBay is giving us on how to structure our titles. If you are figuring that you're not getting the sales that you are wanting and seeing that your store has filled with all these listings, it could be that your titles were written incorrectly. I've said this before that even if you misspell one word, no matter how good your price is, no matter how good your pictures are, if you misspell the word Nike, your item will never be found under Nike. So just being sure that you're writing the correct titles is a great way to start going back through all of your listings and start rearranging them to how eBay and how the end buyer is searching for your item. So we'll go to another one here. These are some Big Star jeans. So Big Star is the brand. What is the item? They are jeans. So Big Star jeans. What is the gender? Women's. So Big Star jeans, women's, and then you go with the size. So you could see that the title here could be reworked a little bit better to be targeting the broad audience searching for Big Star jeans. And I want to go over some of the listings that I have on how I write my titles. Very generic. The first 4 to 5 words of your title should all be pretty much the same. They should be all starting with the brand. This is a vintage Ralph Lauren jacket. If the item is vintage, I always put the word vintage first because I'm thinking of my end buyer. My end buyer is most likely typing the word vintage first when they're looking for a vintage item. They would less likely be putting vintage last. So I put vintage first. It is the brand Ralph Lauren. The item is a jacket. The gender is a men's and the size is a small. And then it is followed with the appropriate keywords. We do not want to be putting in the keywords just for fun of it, like pickle, banana, fuzzy, if they're not related to your item, right? A lot of people just try to fill all the keywords up, but they're not related to your item, and that's actually going to hurt your listing when someone is searching for that item. So make sure that you're using the correct keywords to describe your item. So a bomber jacket, it is cotton and it is lined. So using the correct keywords after you're done with your main structure of your title is going to help find that end buyer that's looking for that specific jacket. Like they're looking for a bomber jacket that's cotton, right? Or they're looking for one that's collared. They're looking for a certain color or a plaid or a line jacket. So that's just going to come with time, with you mastering the items that you're selling and learning more keywords. So we're going to go into these jeans. These are vintage Ralph Lauren jeans. They are men's 3130. And then after that is where I can play around with the keywords. And depending on how good I am at my keyword research, then I'm able to describe this item as accurate as possible. So doing that quick switch for your business is going to be huge. Just by changing your title structure to how eBay wants it and to how your end buyer is looking for your item, you will start generating sales right now. You need to start re-looking at a lot of your listings and going through them and maybe making some few tweaks. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below and check out this video here where you can see what exactly has been selling in our eBay store in the past couple weeks. Hope you all have a blessed day and take care.